All right, so good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Conversations with Crystal. This is a production of TriCountyMedia, and we are here today to talk with Tank Hawthorne about some things we really don't want to talk about. That's working out. We don't like that workout word. Most people don't, but we're going to figure out how to get a little bit healthier in 2021 and catch our lives. You know, ladies, this swimsuit coming. Some of us don't need to be in a swimsuit, and then some of us do. But all of us have the right to be in a swimsuit. We got to have humor with working out. So I work out often. My son fussed at me last night about working out because he said, "Mama, you need to stay off of that bike." Whatever, do you. But when you do it, seek trained individuals to help you so that you don't injure yourself. Talk to your doctor so that you know and he knows, your doctor knows what's going on with you ability-wise. But we're going to just have a conversation. Okay. But I'm going to first let you introduce yourself. So tell our listeners a little bit about yourself. How did you know you wanted to become a trainer? How were you trained? That sort of thing.
Well, my name is Darius Tank Hawthorne. Tank is a nickname that I grew up with. I got it from being who I am as a person. A little rough around the edges at times, but you know, I ride for you when it's time to ride. Growing up, I was always into the sports world. I mean, I grew up, I can't remember having nothing in my hand outside of some type of ball.
Right.
So over the years growing up, you know, I've seen myself not only playing at a recreational, elementary, middle school, high school level. I always wanted to take it to the next level. So I wanted to obviously be a professional athlete, but you know, through the years of growing up and playing sports, I knew that, you know, there's only a dime a dozen that can make it to the professional level.
Right.
So I kept chasing that dream. Got into college and took up communications, and during that time of being in college on that 4-year degree path, I wanted to figure out what was going to be, you know, the way back to the sports world. So I thought about coaching, and didn't really spark my interest right away of like getting into the coaching persona of being a football, basketball, baseball type of coach. So when I got into the football program, I went to Coastal Carolina. So when I got into the football program there, shunts up. So I got into the football program there. The training that we done was so different, you know, than what was presented to me as a high school athlete. Mm-hmm. You know, you was pushed to, you know, maximum amounts of
in college.
levels. Yeah, in college that you didn't know you could hit.
Right.
So like once I would go through, you know, certain type of training with the football program, I was like, man, you know, there's a lot of excuses. That, you know, I didn't work myself through that I didn't know I was making excuses for. So once I got into, you know, the training with the football program, I started studying sports studies. Mm-hmm. And sports studies was a minor that the university brought in, and it just touched on every aspect of the sports world. You know, being a coach, being a mentor in the sports world, being a role model, being a trainer. I mean, it was just a broad minor to be studying in. So once I got into the classes and got to, you know, getting into my textbooks and understanding, you know, different things in the sports world and paths that you could take outside of just being, you know, a professional athlete, I was like, I want to be a trainer.
Right.
Because I also always had the passion to love to see production. Mm-hmm. You know, that's why I love sports. Like if you put somebody on a team together, the ultimate goal is to win.
Right.
And in order to win, everybody got to bring a certain amount of energy to the table. And that was what I saw myself, you know, being able to do for somebody once I got out of school. When I got out of school, I was looked at as a role model, mm-hmm. but a lot of people would come to me for advice mm-hmm. or to steer them, you know, in the direction that, or on the tracks that I had been on when I had saw success. So I was like, well, you know, this is something that keep coming my way, you know. So I thought about right when I got out of school coaching, but I was like, nah, I get more of a one-on-one connect, right. You know, with the youth.
Right.
When they just come to me directly and I can give them an answer and try to help them through it. So that got me into training. Mm-hmm. And started out training. I don't know if I'm talking too much.
No, you're good.
Like I say, I get to going and I don't stop. But I got into training. My first training was my younger cousin Jamarius, and you know, it was something that was interesting because you're training somebody that you love, but he had a mission to, you know, to be a standout in the sports that he played in high school, and you know, I helped, you know, push him to those limits. And as people saw me training him, and you know, saw some of the success that he was having, and saw some of the fun that I was having with training him, more people started coming around. And I moved to Simpsonville a couple years after moving back to where I shows after college, and got up there, and you know, just kind of got out in the parks. And
that's where it starts. You gotta be in the parks with people, working out, all of that. So what would you say to maybe me or someone that's wanting, that doesn't know anything about, well, maybe not me, but somebody, one of our listeners that's looking for a trainer, but they really don't know what they know, okay, well, I want a flat stomach, I want hips, I want this, I want that, but they don't know anything that goes along with that. So somebody that's couched to training, what do they need to do? What would you do with them first?
I would honestly, you know, a lot of people don't like to hear this be told to themselves, but you gotta put your pride to the side first. You gotta understand that the result that you're looking for ain't gonna come, you know, early.
So I won't get results overnight.
Yeah, you're not gonna get overnight.
So if we start this today, it's the 25th of May, I want results by next month. So could I have those results next month?
It's a possibility, but like I said, it's gonna come with putting your pride to the side. You gotta be mind over matter when it comes to, you know, setting health goals and getting into working out if it's your first time.
Right.
Because it ain't a trainer in the world that can help you if you know all the answers. You know, when you walk in the door and you know all the answers for what you want for yourself, they can't help you.
So when you say pride, you mean listen.
Yeah, you gotta listen.
You gotta listen.
You gotta listen. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself in areas where you have always been prideful on. Where, you know, I have people that'll say, well, I want to start going to the gym, but I don't have no time. Oh, you got some time.
Right.
You just got to figure out where you gonna put, you know, something to the side.
You make time for what you want to make time for.
Yeah, you make time for what you want to make time for. And when I say putting your pride to the side when it comes to working out, you make excuses for what you want to make excuses for. So
is that working out?
It ain't an easy journey to start, but as she opened up with the interview, you said that, you know, getting with the right person,
right?
Because I'm one of those. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I want to have fun with you too,
right?
So that's the first part.
I'm one of those, and I'm gonna talk trash the entire time.
So
we are working out. I might use some adjectives that we may not need to use, and don't take it personal.
Yeah, don't we all?
Don't take it personal. So with that being said, what does a session look like?
For me, I always do, if it's someone coming in first time, whether it's because I just got into training adults, but if it's a young athlete or an adult, like you say, get on the weight journey plan, I always do an evaluation. And like I say, I challenge you. I challenge you to see where you're prideful at, see where you are insecure at.
Right.
You know, so that I know not to step on, you know, certain hit pressure points that don't need to be, you know, messed with doing sessions. So I try to get to learn people and let them get to learn me.
So it sounds like you're building relationships.
Rapport is the first thing. That's you know, that's what I was like. You have to put your pride to the side, because as a trainer, some trainers want to train certain type of people. Right. But everybody ain't the same.
Right. And every trainer's not the same.
And every trainer's not the same.
So that is what you need. I don't know about some people. I don't care for a trainer that's in my face all the time. You know, I don't need to be yelled at, but encouraged. And so different types of people, though, require different types of trainers. And I guess with you have to figure that out with the individual. So what do you recommend? A session 3 times a week, daily, as far as like cardio goes? Do you do weight training? I will say that's my downfall. I know nothing about weights.
Weights, yeah.
I have them. I look at them. They
stay over there.
They're still in the box. Don't laugh at me back over there. But they are in the box. But see, half the battle is realizing you need help in an area. Mm-hmm. So my area is that weightlifting thing. Mm-hmm. They're heavy. So I don't want to do it because it hurts. But that whole saying, no pain, no gain.
No pain, no gain.
And so I believe that is part of it. I think our listeners need to know that when you start working out, at least for me, the first 2 or 3 days, I was good. I was on it.
Oh, yeah.
And then that 3rd or 4th day, my body was like, man, what have you done to me? So how do you get over that push? What do you tell your clients to get over that? So when they start feeling the pain and they're like, you know what, Tank, I can't. I'm hurting today. Can we just skip it and go to the next day? I'm going to see you in 2 days, Tank. I can't do it today.
Well, now you're asking me to be your trainer when you ask me that question. I just look at them straight in the eyes and say it's part of the journey. We're gonna figure out how to get through it today. Let me know where you're hurting at. If I already got your workout designed particularly for that day and it's gonna hit areas where you're sore, we're gonna work around it. Because once you get into that lane, like for example, my training LLC is called Marathon Athletic Performance Training. I always tell my trainees or people that's training with me, pick a marathon on my calendar so I can run it with you. Nice. I don't need you to come on Monday, then I don't see you again until next Friday.
Right.
Because we're not going to get no results from it. So that's why I say put your pride to the side. Be honest with yourself where you really want to start at. And I'm going to let you know as the journey goes. We done worked out 2 or 3 times. Hey, the fourth time, when you come here, you're probably going to be pretty sore. Because like I say, that evaluation is the first one if you're a new trainee. The second one, I get into what you told me that you were coming for.
Right.
The third one, I start going on up, and I may break it back down. But when the breakdown comes, it's that day when I know you're gonna be sore.
Right.
But we still gonna work. It ain't no going home. If we can't train the muscle, we'll train the mind. Because that's one of the things.
It's your mind first.
Yeah, that's one of the things I train my young athletes on is the mind. The mind and the body ties together.
Because people will say, I can't do that.
Yeah.
My thing with weights, I can do it, I just don't know what I'm doing. So I can do it, but your mind will say, I don't want to do this today. I'm just going.
That's that pride. That's that pride allowing you to be able to say, I ain't got to do that.
Right.
Unless you do got to do it. And you said go, you got to do it.
You got to do it. I work out every day, which I probably shouldn't, and it's probably not what I should be doing because I ride my bike or I walk.
That ain't a bad everyday exercise. So lifting weights, to me, I was an athlete. Lifting weights is a bad everyday exercise.
Yeah, I ain't doing it.
If you're trying to be, I want to say, just physically fit and
let me stop you. What about women and weightlifting? Because women will say, I want to tone, but I don't want to bulk. So how do you differentiate that part of it? Not wanting to bulk up, but wanting to tone up.
Lightweight, lot of reps.
Okay.
Lightweight, lot of reps. For me, like I said, getting into sports performance training. As when I was studying, a lot of muscle tone can come from resistance training. I do a lot of resistance training
with bands and that sort of.
Yeah, because for me, it's better for your joints. It's not dead weight. You control the weight yourself.
Right.
So that's an easy way to build muscle. I'm not gonna lie. 70% of the strength training I do is resistance training.
Okay.
Me and the young groups that I work with, and some of the adults that I work with, we may touch the weights, but it's not the main thing though.
Now you say young kids. What's your age limit? Where do you start?
I like to take them as young as I can.
Okay.
If I got the time in my schedule, because that's taking a young kid and getting them to train, it takes time. But my starting age would be from 6 years old, and I got adults up to 40, but athlete
maybe 50.
If you want to work with me, I'll take you. But 6 years up to 24 about my athlete ages, because I got recreation kids and some college kids that I'm working with.
Okay, that's good. So you do all sports.
All sports. I couldn't say that I'm a trainer if I'm limiting myself. So if I limit myself, I play football, baseball, basketball, but I play college football.
What position?
I play defensive back. So, I play defensive back, and I play a lot of special teams for my college. But a lot of people would expect a person who only play football to train football.
Right.
Now, I'm gonna do my studying. I'm gonna do my research. Like I say, I look at who coming in and out my door. I ask them what their goals are. If it's a young kid, I ask the parents. What have they told you that their goals are?
Right.
Are they wanting to do this for them, or are they wanting to do it because you want them to do it?
Right.
Because if those things
The
don't line
results
up,
will be different.
yeah, the results
Right.
results will be different. So I don't limit myself to not a sport. I try to train every sport.
So if we're working out, say we're going to work out tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a 30-minute session, 45-minute session? Are all the sessions the same amount of time, or does it vary based on?
It varies, but you're gonna go with me from about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes.
Y'all, did y'all hear that?
Hour
I'm gonna need you to repeat. What you said?
An hour to an hour and 15 minutes. And she said earlier, she asked me, am I a relationship builder? A lot of people will tell you it's gonna be a lot of talking in those workouts, but it's gonna be a lot of work as well.
So we're not literally
that 50-minute workout you don't want. You don't want the 50 minutes because it's just work. I ain't got nothing to say to you. But hour and 15 minutes, I'm gonna work you hard. We're gonna talk. We're gonna listen to whatever you want to listen to on the radio. I might even turn to whatever you want to watch on TV. But
we can't watch TV. We can listen to some music though. But
yeah, we're gonna try our best to make
catch
sure
your life with Tank over here, y'all.
Exactly.
You sound like the real deal. I'm nervous. Maybe I need to rethink this thing.
Oh, yeah.
But so that's good though. Now, so we're working out. But what about the 80-20 when you're dealing with working out, or is it 70-30? Working out is not all there is to training.
Mm.
What about the eating habits? Do you talk to your clients about that? Or is it just because you can work out every day, but you can't outwork a bad eating habit.
That's what I'm saying. That's one of those powerful decisions that you have to make. Because
Okay.
you can look in the refrigerator and it could be a salad, or it could be a double
Snickers
cheeseburger or a Snickers bar in there, and whatever you want at that time. Your
Right.
pride will make you reach your hand towards
Right.
it, but sometimes you have to slap your pride to the side and
Right.
grab that salad. But to be honest with you, I spend more time focusing on the training aspect
And not the nutrition.
and not the nutrition part. I tell a person honestly, you are what you eat. You are what you eat. You are what you think you are.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to make sure they understand those things.
Right.
Like, if you think you're gonna do bad, you're gonna do bad.
Right.
If you're thinking about eating bad, you're gonna eat
That's
bad.
that mind over matter.
It's
I
mind
can do
over
it.
matter.
Yeah.
It ain't too much you can tell a person diet wise.
Mm-hmm.
They got to make those decisions a lot on themselves. And it's nutrition coaches out there, so I wouldn't knock that lane at all.
Right.
But that's not the lane that I'm in because I want to see you put that party on yourself. I mean, we talked about Christ before, opening up the interview, and it's just like that. You got to do your part as well as he do his part. So if you want results, you got to eat clean. It don't matter how hard somebody work you. You're gonna have to eat clean somewhere along the line.
And that eating healthy and your nutrition will make your results come faster.
Yeah, of course.
So if you're eating right and you're working out with a trainer, doing what your trainer is telling you to do,
Mm-hmm.
then you will see those results.
Yeah.
But realistically speaking, if you're working out 3 times a week, how soon could a person see results?
Oh, you said earlier if you came in and you wanted to see results in a month, you work out 3 times a week, you're going to see results in a month. And you eat clean.
And you eat clean.
But you're not going to drink Dr. Peppers every day. And
Gotta have some water.
yeah, you got to drink. Your body is, 85, 90%. I can't remember exactly what the textbooks say, but your body is more water than it is anything.
Right.
So, like I say, the fluids that you put in your body will help you lose weight. The type of nutrition, as far as your vegetables over fats,
Right.
is gonna help you lose weight. Not saying that you don't need fat for your body,
Right.
but you gotta balance. You gotta balance it out. Like I like I say, I stay out of that lane, but you know what you're putting in your body.
Right.
You can see your hand before it's going in your mouth, so
Right. Right.
So.
Do you have an opinion on the Gatorades or Power? What is it? It's not Powerade. Not Powerade.
Body Armor, Gatorade.
Body Armor versus Gatorade.
Oh man, I like both, but I love both, but I gotta be honest with you on the health battle. The Body Armor is way better.
Because of the sodium, correct?
Yeah,
because Gatorade has tons of sodium
and sugar.
people don't and sugar, but
Yeah.
people don't pay attention to that. And so I've told some of my friends, Body Armor is better, and they look at me like, but Gatorade, it's been around. Just because it's been around does not mean it's healthy for you. And it does have tons of sodium. Yeah. Body Armor plus Body Armor is tasty. It's really good.
Yeah, they got different flavors just like Gatorade do. And also, if you read the labels on Body Armor, there's different benefits based on whatever one you choose.
And they do have a light version. So the light version has less carbs.
And for one, they got a lot of vitamins in it. Different vitamins in it that's good for your body, and not only to help lose weight, burn calories, it's also good for recovery. A lot of people don't understand the recovery aspect. It's one of the biggest.
Do you recommend a pre-workout?
I'm straight Energizer bunny. So I come in the door, and try to set the tone based on, what I got to deal with when I'm in there. But I don't recommend pre-workouts. I do have people that I work out to take them, and I have seen some people have good experiences from them, and some have bad experiences from it. It's more for me when you ask that type of question, it's what you prefer. It's just like trying a 30-day weight loss plan. Give it a try. If your body like it, it's gonna like it. But if it reject it, it's gonna reject it. And a lot of times, it's gonna reject it doing that workout.
Well, and I think too, with anything, people want a quick fix overnight.
It ain't gonna happen.
And even with a program, if you work the program will work. But when you don't work the program, you're not going to get the results that you require. And I think that's what people need to hear from a trainer. If you work my program will work. But if you're one of these people that you want to come 1 or 2 days a week and you want to eat cheeseburgers and fries the next day, and of course it's not going to work. I think people need to know you're going to get out of Tank's workout what you put into it. So you're going to have to be dedicated, but you're also going to have to be disciplined.
Exactly.
And so dedication and discipline will get you results.
They'll get you results anywhere. That's the thing is, like, for me, I coach the small things. Like those 2 words. I think those 2 words are actually hanging on my wall in my building. I
feel like I need to put them on my wall.
And dedication and discipline, like, you can apply that anywhere in your life.
Right.
Just imagine if you applied it in your health, in the healthy parts of your life. Being dedicated to eating the right things, being dedicated to taking a walk or 2 or 3 or 4 every week, or being disciplined to not eat the ice cream that you got in your freezer over the yogurt bar.
Just don't buy the ice cream.
Just don't buy it.
Because I'm going to eat it.
Because you may eat it. Right. But I'm the type, I train. I got ice cream in my refrigerator. But I don't eat it every night. But at the same time, those 2 words right there, it could take you so far. And
but there again, you said you have ice cream in your freezer. Just because you're training and working out, it does not mean you have to restrict yourself from certain foods, because restriction will cause you failure.
Exactly.
And so we're not asking your new people you're not asking people to come to you to not eat those things that they want. Just do it in moderation.
Hey, I'm big on, I grew up, I went to a church. I used to always ask my grandmother before we go to church, what I gotta wear, Grandma? It's come as you are. Every Sunday was come as you are. So when it comes to dealing with me with training, it's come as you are. Bring me what it's like for a trainer, and I don't know if I'm speaking for every trainer, but it's like someone going to the doctor. The doctor can't help you if you don't come in as the person that he need to be happy.
Right.
If you get asking you questions and you get to telling lies, boom.
Wow.
It's no help. He don't even know what to prescribe you at that point.
Right.
So come
it's the same with you.
Yeah, come as who you are.
So we have to be truthful when we come to trainers. We need to tell Tank the truth. And if we want to lose our stomachs, if we want to build our arms up, then we need to say that's what I need to work on.
Come as who you are. Man, kids, ladies, young men, older men, I tell them, come as you are, be yourself. Right. I'm like I said, me and you both talked before we got in the interview. Right. We were probably gonna cut each other off a few times in the interview, and we have. Yeah. If I get to talking and you get excited, cut me off when I'm training you and tell me what's up.
Wait, Tank, I can't breathe.
Yeah, we want to have fun. I like to have fun, and I like to take the person by who they are. Right. I don't need you to try to quick fix yourself before you come to me. We'll work on that together. Right. Like I say, pick a marathon on the calendar, and we'll run it together. You may come in and start working out with me and still eat ice cream for 2 weeks, but some may spark your interest in what we're doing, and you may come up with the idea of saying, you know what, I ain't eating ice cream no more for 4 weeks, because I believe if I keep on doing this with him, I'm going to see the results.
So it's building habits.
Yeah,
it's healthy habits.
Building habits, all of that.
Right.
Like, that's the type of trainer I am. I'm not when people hear me as a trainer, I guess the people that know me, when we get into the conversations, they see me training as the athlete that I used to be. Now I was hands-on as an athlete, straight downhill, I'm in your face all the time, playing hard as it get. I'm more off the gas as a trainer. You know, like I said, it's about the rapport, having a good time. Nobody don't like to do nothing where they enjoy it, but they so scared and feared and aggravated.
Yeah, it's gotta be fun.
Because of the experience. It gotta be fun.
It's gotta be fun.
It gotta be fun. You don't want nobody coming there with a piece of paper. So, first week I need you to stop eating ice cream. We're gonna work our way off of all of that.
If you don't take that on somewhere, we're not doing that.
We're gonna work our way off of that. The workout's gonna take you off of all of that,
Okay.
you know. But I don't want nobody put there's no stress on themselves when walking in the door with me. If a kid come in frowned up because they're nervous, hey, you gonna smile? You gotta smile before we start. And I need to see if you smile. You know.
Well, nerves is a part of it though,
Man.
because I mean, you walking in, we as people that need help, we don't know what we're coming into.
Oh yeah.
And so we have this preconceived notion that trainers are just these, because when I saw you walk past, is that him right there? Because you didn't have that, you know, just gruff looking, big, and there are trainers out there that are like that. And so, but those trainers aren't for everybody. And so there again, trainers aren't one size fit all. You got to find the one that works for you.
I've been trained by different trainers, especially on the college level, who had all different philosophies. Some, man, you be scared to show up in the morning a minute late. You know, they might tear your head off. You had some, you know, they relax, get in and do the work. That's it. You know, get in, do the work. Some, it was all about certain things to them, and that's what made their career successful. And there was some trainers that were laid back, and that's what made their career successful. So it's all, and that's the same thing. It's some people that need that rah-rah trainer on their back, and some people that need that relax, you know.
So now, do you know how to help people that have possible injuries? Maybe they've been injured in football or basketball game, soccer, whatever, and they need some help conditioning their bodies back to where they were before their injury. Are you able to help them with that?
I have helped athletes based on the injury, because I've been injured before, and a lot of that is mental. It's just as hard as, like you said, that person who had never worked out wanting to walk. It's like you have to start from scratch all over again. I blew my knee out my freshman year of college as a walk-on.
Oh wow!
You know, so if I didn't get my knee back right, I was
That's it.
already cut the next year. You know, I'm not even a scholarship player yet, and I went through such a tough rehab because I tore it all up. My meniscus, my ACL, lateral and medial meniscus. I mean, I blew my knee out. So I had 6 months of hands-on, you know, rehab. And at the time, I was just going into that sports studies mind. So the same stuff that I was learning in the classroom, I was going to have to go through it. Physically. So I'm like, okay. And it was one of those things. It's just like you ask if you want to see results in a month. It's one of those things. Whatever you put in, you're going to, you know, if you put in 3-4 weeks in of physical therapy, a month, you're gonna be feeling good. If you put in 2 days in of physical therapy, you know, it's gonna take some time. But just to pretty much answer your question, I have helped athletes, you know, come back from injury. I do a lot of studying. That's more studying than anything. You know, that's more studying and, you know, asking questions. That's where when I talk about the rapport build, we gotta get honest answers from each other. You know, don't tell me that I'm okay if you're not okay if you're doing the exercise.
So it's not a one size fits all with you. It's an individualized program that will help you reach your goals. So what I might be doing may not be what he's doing or what she's doing, because all body types are different and all goals are different. So it's not a one size fits all.
It's not, and that's why I was like I said, it's a whole different lane. It's a whole different lane. I have it's honestly, I can, today, for example, 7 o'clock this morning, college athlete.
Wow.
5 o'clock today, a 8-year-old and a 9-year-old. 15 minutes after they leave, 16, 15, 17, 18 walk in together and train. So it's like I have to be in the book. I have to, you know, go back, and I actually record a lot of my training sessions, and I have to go back and look at, you know, what's working for this person, what's working for that person.